Hi, my name is Noah Rolland and I'm the CEO of NeuroTrainer. I wanted to take a few minutes to provide an update on some research we just completed, a couple pilot studies looking at NeuroTrainer's impact on ADHD symptoms, as well as NeuroTrainer's overall impact on focus, specifically with high school students. This is work we're very excited about. It's really the heart and soul of what we do at NeuroTrainer, figuring out ways of bringing cutting-edge neuroscience out of the lab and out into the field so it can really impact people's lives. One of the challenges we face as parents, as adults, as people who are raising the next generation of leaders in the world is the fact that we've seen that mobile devices and the applications that run on them have really mixed impact on everyone's lives, but especially young people's lives. We're seeing more correlation between smartphone usage and ADHD-like behaviors, and it's got us pretty concerned. Millions of students in the United States struggle with focus. I hear this from teachers and coaches wherever I go across the US, and it's impacting every aspect of life. We want to be one of the tools that help to address this challenge. So we recently launched a pilot study at 2 different high schools in the United States. And the goal of this study was to look at NeuroTrainer's impact on ADHD symptoms and focus and attention while using third-party metrics. So very often when people talk to us, how do we know if NeuroTrainer works? We talk about testimonials from students and athletes who use NeuroTrainer and parents who see the impact of NeuroTrainer on their kids. But we also are always doing some clinical research, and this is a body of work that we're just beginning and we're very excited about. We had 23 students participate in this study, 2 different cohorts. One group that had a group of children who were more at risk of ADHD. They had more demonstrated ADHD-related behaviors, even if they weren't necessarily diagnosed. And a second cohort that was a bit of a more traditional student group. We ran these students through 3 weeks of interventions, and for the first time, we started looking very carefully at NeuroTrainer's impact through other measurement tools. We used 3 different forms of measurement. The first is a basic trail making test. It's a standard test of focus and attention that requires a student to be able to complete kind of a puzzle, an alphanumeric puzzle in real time. The second test we used was a standardized iPad test for cognition. These are used in research facilities across the world. They're produced by a company called Cantab out of the UK. They're kind of hard to get through. They're pretty boring, but they're very accurate. And then the last layer was the Conners ADHD profile or analysis. So early research was very positive. We saw a 7.5% improvement in schoolwork behavior. So schoolwork behavior isn't a question of doing well in class. Schoolwork behavior really looks at the contributing behaviors that lead to being able to be successful with your work. Things like turning your work in on time, not losing your homework, completing your homework. As a father of a young person who struggles with ADHD, I know how challenging all of these behaviors can be, and they make the difference really between a C and an A for people who struggle with these issues. So a 77.5% improvement is significant. We saw a 14.3% improvement in ADHD symptom severity. This is again through the Conners scale. Statistically significant. If someone was just on the edge of being diagnosed with ADHD and they were able to improve by 14%, they would no longer have that diagnosis. And then equally exciting, we saw excellent results on 2 different measures of sustained attention on both groups, the kids who displayed challenging behaviors and those that did not. And sustained attention is the type of attention that students need. It's the ability to stay focused in the classroom, to stay focused on your homework. So very exciting preliminary work. What does it mean for us and what does it mean for our clients? Well, this is the beginning of a series of studies. We're about to apply for a grant with the National Institute of Mental Health for an SBIR Phase 1. And assuming that we get that grant, we're fairly confident that we will because we've done a lot of really good homework, we will then enter into the next phase with a much larger cohort and a longer study. And then that will continue to phase forward over the next year or 2 with the goal of being able to continue to refine our product, refine our services, and really create a tool that's powerful at helping kids improve their focus and attention. And if they struggle with ADHD or ADHD-like behaviors, to have a tool in their toolbox that really lets them be their best selves. If you'd like to learn more about the work that we've done, we can make a white paper available. You're welcome to reach out to us. Again, my name's Noah. I'm the CEO of NeuroTrainer, and you can always reach me at noah@neurotrainer.com.